Alright, so I got one more video left in the tank about Hulk Hogan. See, here's the thing I was thinking about that I didn't mention in my previous video, and I don't mean to go overboard and really just spam the shit out of this Hulk Hogan topic and all that, but you know, it's one of the most popular stories we've had in WWE for quite some time. I've got a lot to say about it. I started touching on this about WWE's shady history. You know, they made fun of JR, a man who had a stroke and had a serious condition in Bell's palsy. You know, that he still hasn't recovered from. It's something that, you know, it's hard to recover from. I mean, it disfigures your face and shit like that. And he was made fun of 1,000 fucking times on WWE television for something that he couldn't help. And I remember I've touched on this in the past about WWE's Be a Star campaign, and I said how much bullshit that was, because bullying is something that the owner of the company was famous for. He has bullied wrestlers his entire life into, you know, doing stupid gimmicks, doing shit like that with JR, making fun of people against their will. You know, McMahon's an evil son of a fucking bitch, and it's not just me, it's like fucking thousands of other people, not only in the wrestling business, the entertainment business, everybody fucking says it about him. And so he makes the executive decision to fucking fire Hulk Hogan for racist comments. Now, racist comments are not good. I'm not supporting racism, and you fucking know that. I just said how I felt about it in the previous video. His comments were pretty disgusting. They were very low class, and they sounded like fucking trailer park trash. Not something you expect from an iconic guy like Hulk Hogan. But the thing is, it's like WWE just looks pathetic. Instead of manning up and just having Hogan go out there and apologize and everything, they'd rather fire him and silently remove shows from the network, and also remove him as a judge because, well, he's obviously fired and shit. But everybody knows about it anyway. And this is the type of shit they did with Benoit. Now, I can understand with Benoit, he killed his family. So they were in a very awkward position there. You know, there wasn't anything really to apologize for. As opposed to this instance where obviously they can because this guy represents the company. But instead of manning up and, be a star and all this fucking bullshit and, like goodness of the heart and all that, and trying to teach kids the right way how to do things. If that's the case, we're PG, we're wholesome, we're family entertainment, then this is how they're teaching kids how to go about it. You say something racist, you get fired, and then they completely wipe you from history. So that's the moral of the story, kids. Say something racist, and then they'll just remove you from history. Yeah, man, you're gonna be rubbed out, see? What the fuck's going on here? That's like just so childish. It's like, basically they're like, oh, Hogan said something racist, quick, fire him, remove everything, damage control, fuck off. That's fucking childish, that's dumb, that's stupid, that's retarded. That was possibly the worst way they could have gone about it. I mean, this is how you solve problems, just erase shit from history. Oh, wow, it's like, it's like a child molester trying to remove every news story about him and shit like that. It's like, it's kind of like, someone, it reminds me of like, what kind of fucking, Better Call Saul. Remember how he doesn't want his brother to see the paper? So, he steals like the neighbor's newspaper and shit like that so he couldn't see it. So it's kind of like that. That's what McMahon's doing. He's running around town grabbing every fucking newspaper in sight, hoping that you don't see it. But we've already seen it. It's the fucking internet age, McMahon. Doesn't matter if you fire him. That makes it even look worse. It just makes the situation worse. oh, he got fired, then he said something bad. So even if you didn't read the quote, you know he got fired. So now people are going to think even worse about him. And, you know, and that's not just my interpretation. That's how, like, fucking 90% of the people are going to think. Then that's going to make them look into it even more. And, yeah, so there you go. Because McMahon lost $50 million on the stock market, I read, right after, because people probably fucking pulled out, sold their stocks and shit like that, and they ended up losing money. Because McMahon's over there too busy doing damage control in the wrong way, instead of fucking sending Hogan out there and have him address the black community and apologize for his actions, you know, and maybe, you know, say like all the good things that he did, you know, like in life, like her humanitarian efforts and shit, and try to prove that he's not racist. You know, at least you had George Foreman stepping up. You have fucking George Foreman of all people, not Hulk Hogan. No, they don't want to, but you have people defending Hogan. How about letting the guy give him a bunch of shit just fell down back here because of the fucking fan? I don't know. Shit's, you know, this is what it is. It's fucking craziness. Shit's falling all over the fucking place. There's madness in the world. And that's how it is as of late. I mean, like, what the fuck is going on with all these news stories? There's racism all over the fucking place. You would think that the best way to go about it would not be to just go completely fucking insane. You know, make the guy look even worse. I mean, you remove him from a fucking show that has been airing. You pretend like it doesn't even exist and try to replace him with somebody else. Meanwhile, all this shit is being reported on. You know, and the thing is, Hulk Hogan is a big part of fucking history. You know, and this also, like I said, there's statute of limitations. He said this fucking years ago. You know, somebody who's obviously trying to wrong him probably sent this video somewhere. And like I said, that's not to defend him. I know people will try to twist it. Haters will try to twist it and try to say that I'm trying to defend him. But, you know, the thing is, it's like there's better ways of going about shit than trying to hurt the person that said it. Yes, he said a lot of hurtful things, but is the best way to deal with that to try to hurt him, to try to fire him, and try to, instead of trying to resolve this issue and try to explain that, you know, Hogan might have said this shit out of anger, you know, and yes, it was racist and shit, and, you know, there are better ways of getting your anger out than that. There's a better way of venting instead of using that type of language. But they could have gone about this in such a better way. This was not even a good way, not even a decent way, not even a passable way. To try to remove the man from history, remove him out of WWE 2K16. I don't give a shit about that video game, but just giving examples of removing his cartoon from the network, removing his documentary. You know, how is that supposed to solve the problem? Oh, they removed Hogan's cartoon. That's really classy. Yeah, right there, that really apologizes for his terrible comments. Yeah, okay, so you removed his cartoon. Like, you know, did they expect to get a pat on the back? I swear to God, like, it's just, they're not doing this, you know, to be racially sensitive, because I said McMahon is probably the least sensitive guy under the fucking sun on the fucking planet. That's the least of their worries. They're just worried about somebody being like, oh, how could they not remove Hogan content? I mean, the thing is, he's all over the fucking network. He promoted the goddamn thing. He's in WrestleMania 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, come on. He's in fucking 50% of the fucking WrestleManias, if not more. And, you know, we're just going to try to erase him from fucking history? Is that the plan here? That's what we're going to do? This is the way how we want to go about this? This is not a good way at all. I mean, fuck. They couldn't have possibly come up with a more terrible way to handle this shit. I could go on all day about this. Look, it was a sticky situation. It's a catch-22. There's no, you know, way out of this one. They just had to have him go out there and apologize. Firing him, removing videos is not the way to go about this shit at all. that was fucking retarded, that was stupid as hell, and it made it look even worse. They made the situation look more extreme than it needed to be, because that's going to get more eyes on them. Oh, why did they fire him? Why are they removing all this shit? More people are going to look into it. They're drawing more attention to themselves, is what I'm trying to say, by doing this. And I'm not saying they should try to cover it up. No, they should do the exact opposite. Go out in public and apologize. Hold a press conference like they do for the fucking wrestling shows all the time, and fucking have Hulk Hogan come out there. For once, McMahon, show some fucking balls. Show some fucking balls. It's bad enough you're cowardly when it comes to writing your own fucking content on your show. But, you know, when it comes to real life situations, you know, you treat it just like the actual fucking episodes of Raw. No effort, you know, no dignity, no fucking creativity. And by that I mean creative ways to try to help solve the situation. No, instead, no effort, just fire him, get rid of him, erase him from history, try to, you know, get his name off the fucking website. Like, you know, come on. You know, you're running a fucking multi-million-dollar company, and this is the best you could come up with? This is fucking outrageous. It makes me fucking sick to my fucking stomach.